What is going on, YouTube? You are back with the Prez Friday, wrapping up the week of training. You only saw Monday's routine in the garage. That was the 20 sets of pain. That was high volume routine that we got done there. Wednesday, I ended up training in my garage again, but I ended up doing more of a bodybuilding, high intensity training routine where I was just doing one set to failure of more bodybuilding exercises using my equipment in the gym. My body was fatigued from Monday's volume. And I did a bunch of cable work. I did cable chest presses, cable lateral raises. I still did my front lever holds, maxing them out. And I ended up doing some lat pull downs, right? Everything was done one set to all out failure, as well as legs, right? And I was doing that as a recovery from Monday's routine, but I ended up getting super sore from that also. Just when you're bringing the intensity, when the intensity is high, like I've talked about high intensity training before, right? That's what Mike Menser used. That's what like Dorian Yates used. And it's a big, it's very big in the fitness industry now. Intensity, remember, it refers to load and how hard your sets are, right? If you're taking a set close to failure, that's going to be pretty much max intensity. And that's exactly what we did on Wednesday. I trained my pops in the gym also. But just that one set from each muscle group was able to induce enough stress on the body to get me fatigued. And so today's routine, I can't hit another 20 sets of pain. We're going to be doing more advanced calisthenic training, lower volume, never going to failure. We're going to be training some plyometric style calisthenics today, guys. And we're going to start with some explosive lateral muscle up reps. Just 2 reps a clip here because I do not want to go to failure on anything today. Even Monday's routine with the high volume, I was getting close to failure, right? That's a lot of stress on the body. So today I got to make sure the RPE is like at a 7, where I know I could do at least 3 more reps easily. So let's get into it. And that's it. I'm gonna hit 3 sets of 2 of those jumps, and I'll do a few other plyometric advanced calisthenic movements today. And training like that, right, the plyometric calisthenics, the advanced movements, it's going to build a ton of force production, motor unit recruitment. It's going to make your body weight reps and sets feel that much easier because you're training explosive power here. You're firing up to type 2 fibers from the jump. If I was to do a set of 10 rep body weight muscle ups, the first 3-4 reps, they might be calling more on the endurance fibers. And then the last hard reps are getting those muscle building fibers. Here, you're going straight into the type 2 fibers, which are the ones solely responsible for muscle building, force development, power output. Let's go. All right, guys, getting to the second set. And remember this, training, it's much more than just, eccentrics and concentric movement patterns, right? It's not always about muscle building, breaking down muscle, trying to get as big and strong as possible. That's just going to set you up for plateaus and injuries. Remember, training should be multifaceted. It's all aspects of fitness, right? Plyometrics, eccentrics, rotational movements, lateral movements. Those are the movement patterns that we use every day in life, right? Our lives don't just take place moving our limbs through space like this. We're always moving. We're moving in different directions, right? So keep your training functional. That's going to support your overall lifestyle as well as keep you strong, muscular, and functional. Second set. All right, guys, last set, best set. And that's what you want, guys. You want to be able to control the eccentric part of the motion too, right? The first 2 sets, on my second rep, I almost just like came down and dropped down. The purpose of plyometrics is controlling the movement, right? So obviously that first rep where I'm going laterally to the one side, I'm controlling that muscle up, down, muscling back up. And on that second rep now, on that third set, you're going to see I really control that negative down. That's the benefit of plyometrics, right? You're controlling your body through space with higher velocities than normal. Because coming off of the bar with your hands off, you're exploding down faster. It's higher tension, it's higher forces on the muscle compared to just doing regular muscle ups. Whereas regular muscle ups alone, they already cause a high degree of eccentric loading because you're coming from on top of the bar all the way down, right? A lot higher degree of eccentric loading than pull-ups for that matter. So like I said, we're keeping the RPEs today very low, 7s, right? We don't want to go to fatigue. We don't want to go to failure or induce any more stress on the body. So we're gonna go a few more routines, all plyos now. Let's get it. All right, guys, we're gonna get into some explosive dips. Now we're gonna be stopping the momentum at lockout. This is gonna put a ton of overall overall stress on the joints, but in a good manner. The connective tissue, everything with this type of catching is going to really strengthen the joints, all the connective tissues and everything like that. And again, firing up those type 2 fibers. So check. As opposed to, you could do plyos like this. Low, we want to catch high at the lockout. So you're going through the eccentric and you're stopping your body from landing in eccentric when you already have high velocities coming down here, guys. 2 more sets, again, not going to failure. Let's go. All right, guys, this set, on the 3rd set, I'm gonna catch myself low in the eccentric. Catching yourself low in the eccentric, that's gonna force more muscle control overall. You're gonna get a bigger eccentric load, a bigger muscle building stimulus on this variation as opposed to catching on the lockdown variation. But again, I told you, training is not always about building muscle, not every session, right? And this is gonna be a good muscle building exercise, but it's not gonna really build a lot of muscle in general. It's just putting the muscle under more stress than the other variation. And that 2nd set, I caught the whole bar in 3, so hopefully I can catch the whole bar here again in 3. I'm gonna go a little further back too. I mean in 3 jumps only, with a little momentum here, guys. So you can see the difference, right? These reps, I'm catching myself, I'm coming up, catching down, controlling the body, as opposed to stopping the momentum, right? 2 different variations, both have their benefits. Like I said, one's gonna put a little more stress and emphasis on strengthening up the joints, the connective tissues, the ligaments. That 2nd variation is gonna have more stress on stretching the muscles, the chest muscles, the pecs, the stabilizers in the chest, shoulders and triceps, and everything like that, guys. A few more different movements to go to wrap up the routine. All right, guys, going back into a pull. I'm gonna be doing a horizontal pull now because obviously the muscle ups, they're gonna train vertical pulling right there, guys. So now, what I'm gonna do on these rows, I'm gonna pull explosively. I'm gonna let go of the bar as if my body's gonna be coming down to a full negative, but I'm gonna catch my body in the contracted position still. So again, this is gonna fire up and really put a lot of stress on those type 2 motor units. It's gonna teach you body awareness, body control, stopping the body through momentum, through space. And again, I'll probably hit just sets of 5 here. So watch. So, explosive pull up, letting go of the bar as my body would drop down. So, what I'm stopping from happening is this. Instead of catching here, I'm stopping my body from going through that full negative, that full high eccentric, controlling the body through the eccentric, stopping the muscles in their stretch position. That's what's going to really create that damage and fire up those motor units. But again, we're keeping the volume low, not going to failure. We're not looking to induce any extra stress today. So guys, 2nd set. That one, I gave some bonus drops. So I stopped the eccentric, let go of the rep, went to a full eccentric, reversed it back into the explosive pull, and then caught. That was getting the lockout strength, so stressing the elbow joint, the tendons in the elbow and everything like that, the shoulders, all the connective tissues and the stabilizers, and then catching here in the contracted position on the way down, even though it's an eccentric contraction. Again, that's teaching the body awareness, controlling the body through space, guys. We'll hit that for one more round. What's up, buddy? All right, guys, finishing off the routine now. We're gonna finish with some push-ups. I'm gonna be hitting the push-ups in both variations in one set. I'm gonna be catching myself in the eccentric as well as catching myself in the top position in the lockout strength here, guys. So just watch, and this set will probably fall between 6 and maybe 10 reps max. And if it's 10, it'll be 5 variations. It'll be 5 versions of each, right? If it's 6, it'll be 3 versions of each. So watch, guys. From lockout. 1. So I was just playing around with them there. Some I was locking out, some I was dropping down, holding in the negative. Again, if you catch in the bottom position in that stretch on the eccentric, you're teaching your body how to control velocity down. You're stopping high velocity, high momentum movements, and there's a ton of stress eccentrically loaded on the muscle there. When you lock out at the top, and especially when you come from the bottom here, explode up and lock out, you're creating a ton of, again, muscle stress, type 2 fiber engagement coming from the bottom, exploding out of it, and then catching it lockout and avoiding the eccentric there, guys. 2 more sets of that to finish off the routine. All right, guys, we're gonna finish off with some plyo leg work. And like I said in the beginning of the video, right? There's more than just moving our limbs through space, which is typically if you're in the gym, even if you're doing calisthenics, right? And you're just doing the basic foundational movements, all your movements are gonna be taking place in either the sagittal plane, which is, again, imagine you guys are standing straight, and then you have a wall on the right side of your body and a wall on the left side of your body. Any movements that could be done in this plane would be a sagittal plane movement. Then you have the frontal plane. Imagine there's a wall in front of your body here and a wall in the back of your body. So you could do movements in this plane, that's the frontal plane. So pull-ups, things like that, right? Sagittal plane with the walls on your side would be things like dips, right? Because if you flare your arms, you're gonna hit the wall. Pull-ups, you could do them. Overhead pressing, those are frontal plane movements. Then you have the transverse plane. That's where rotation happens. And that's where most people neglect in their training, right? Is the rotational work. So we're gonna be doing some rotational plyometric leg exercises to finish off the day here, guys. Then we're gonna be doing 360 or 180 explosive leg jumps here. So, catch soft, boom. And we're just gonna hit that, so that would be 1 rep. We're gonna hit sets of 3 to 5 here. That's 2. That's 3. There's 4 right there, guys. So 2 more sets, again, between 3 and 5 reps. I'm gonna do 1 more set like that, actually. And on the 3rd set, I'm gonna be doing a single leg plyo movement that's gonna take place in the sagittal plane. Let's go. All right, single leg, forward lunges or forward explosive jumps. Left leg, then right leg to finish it off. And that type of training, guys, especially for the legs, is gonna have so many benefits. You're gonna build pliability, you're gonna build ankle, knee, hip support, stabilization. Your tendons in your knee and your ankle are gonna get that much stronger. Your Achilles, the muscle in the back of your leg, that's everyone's weakest spot, right? That get hurt. If you hurt that, you're gonna be out of commission for a while. That's gonna strengthen the shit out of it, doing those single leg jumps, right? And again, it's gonna build pliability in the legs, the joints, make you more mobile, make you less susceptible to silly falls and injuries in your everyday life, guys. Plyometric training here, guys. Like I said, the intent today was to keep the stress low stress on the body, and just train a modality of exercise that we don't really tap into too often that has tons of benefits. Now, you could spend like 3-4 weeks just training plyometrics, and you're gonna get a lot of benefits. You will build muscle. You'll probably lean out a little bit also from doing it. But again, guys, you never want to take plyos to failure, because that's when they become dangerous. You don't want to go to, you know, catch yourself in a push-up on the bottom and be too fatigued that you can't catch yourself and you're smacking your head into the bar or something like that, right? Or doing a dip, explosive dip, you miss the catch and you fall through, end up smashing your elbow, hurting the wrist. So you never want to take it to failure. You want to be strong, explosive. That's the benefits of that type of training. So you got to be fresh in between each set. Like always, guys, you have a question or comment, leave in the comment section. I'll always get back to you guys. Like the video, share with your friends and your family. And like always, guys, I appreciate all the support. Hit that subscribe button. Peace out. BARNATURALS.
They all love to talk, you know they do that shit the most. Think you on my level, boy, but you ain't even close.